The clock is ticking. Every second, every minute is a moment you'll never get back. Are you listening to the sound? Because if you're not careful, the time will slip away unnoticed, and one day you'll wake up with a painful realization that you've wasted it all. This isn't a game, it's your life, and time doesn't care about your excuses. You have to ask yourself, what are you doing with the time you've been given? Are you using it to build the future you want, or are you letting it pass by, waiting for some magical moment that may never come? There's this dangerous comfort in thinking you have plenty of time. It's like you believe that tomorrow will always be there to start, to try, to change. But here's the truth. Time doesn't wait for anyone. It's always moving. Whether you're ready or not, each second is an opportunity to move forward or fall further behind. You can't pause the clock. You can't stop time. And if you keep waiting, you'll miss your chance. The reality is simple. You've been ignoring the wake-up call. It's time to face the truth. How many more days are you going to keep putting things off? How many more excuses are you going to make for not taking action? The longer you wait, the more it will hurt when you realize how much time you've wasted. Time waits for no one, and if you keep ignoring it, you're setting yourself up for regret. You're setting yourself up for a future that looks nothing like the one you dream of. The decision you make today will shape the rest of your life. There's no magic moment when everything will align perfectly, when you'll feel ready to take action. The truth is, if you don't make the decision now, you might never make it. The choice is yours. Are you going to step up, take control, and start building the life you deserve? Or are you going to keep putting it off until it's too late? Time is the one resource you can never get back. You can lose money, but you can always make more. You can lose relationships, but with time you can rebuild them. But time slips away, and once it's gone forever. Every moment wasted is a piece of your future that you'll never reclaim. Think about that for a second. Think about the days you've let slip by, the moments you've delayed, the opportunities you've passed up, thinking there would always be more time. But that's the lie we tell ourselves. There's always more time. The truth is, the clock doesn't pause. It keeps moving, and one day you'll wake up to find that time is the one thing you've lost that can never be found again. Waiting for the right time is a trap. We've all fallen into it. We wait for things to feel perfect, to align just right, to feel ready. But here's the hard truth. Time doesn't care if you're ready. It keeps moving forward whether you're prepared or not. If you continue to wait for the perfect moment, you're not just delaying action, you're wasting your life. Every second you spend waiting for the perfect time is a second lost forever. You can't afford to wait for everything to feel right. You have to act now. Imagine yourself 10 years from now. Are you going to look back with pride knowing that you used your time wisely? Or are you going to regret all the time you spent waiting for things to be perfect? Every day you waste now compounds into years of regret later. Don't let that be your reality. Start today. Don't wait for tomorrow, because tomorrow might never come. Time becomes an enemy when you let it control you. When you procrastinate, when you put things off, time doesn't wait for you. It moves on, leaving you behind. The longer you wait, the harder it gets. The more you delay, the further you are from where you want to be. You let time dictate your life instead of you taking control of it. But the good news, you can change that. You have the power to stop letting time control you. You can take back control today. Now, the danger of saying tomorrow is that tomorrow never comes. The truth is, tomorrow is just a word we use to delay our actions. You think that starting tomorrow is going to be easier, that you'll feel more ready, that the stars will align. But tomorrow comes and you find yourself saying tomorrow again and again. You keep putting it off, and suddenly weeks, months, even years have gone by. The tomorrow you were waiting for never came because you were waiting for a perfect time to act. The secret to success is simple. Start today. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Perfection is a trap. It's a lie we tell ourselves to justify inaction. We wait for everything to be perfect before we take action, but here's the secret. Perfection doesn't exist. The sooner you realize that, the sooner you can take action. The key isn't perfection, it's progress. Every small step forward matters. It's the consistent, imperfect steps that lead to success. You don't have to have everything figured out to begin. You just have to start. The first step is always the hardest, but it's also the most important. Once you take that step, momentum kicks in, and when momentum is on your side, nothing can stop you. You have to take ownership You are responsible for your life. If you don't like where you are, it's up to you to change it. No one else is coming to rescue you. No one else is going to make the decisions for you. The responsibility is yours, and the time to take ownership is now. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for a sign. The sign is right in front of you. The time is now. You have the power to change your life, but it starts with you taking responsibility for your actions or lack thereof. The cost of inaction is greater than you realize. Every day you wait, every day you make excuses, is a day you're putting off the life you deserve. A life left unlived is a tragedy. It's the haunting feeling of realizing that you had the power to change your life but chose not to act. The cost of inaction is not just personal, it's the missed opportunities, the unfulfilled potential, and the regret that follows. You can't afford to keep waiting. The time to act is now. Imagine 10 years from now, looking back on your life. Will you be proud of the choices you made, or will you wish you had taken action sooner? You can't go back, you can't change the past, but you can control the present, and the choices you make now will determine your future. Don't let the weight of regret define your life. Act today. Every decision you make today shapes the legacy you leave behind. If you choose to take action now, you're building the future you want. If you continue to wait, you're robbing yourself of that future. But the choice is yours. You can take control of your life and start living the life you deserve, or you can keep making excuses and letting time slip away. The ripple effect of your inaction doesn't just affect you, it impacts everyone around you, your family, your friends, your community, and even the people you haven't met yet. When you choose not to act, you're not just holding yourself back, you're holding back everyone you could have helped. Your actions matter. The time to act is now, because your choices ripple out far beyond what you see. The first step is everything. The decision to commit to your vision is the most important decision you'll make. What do you want? What do you want to achieve? What kind of legacy do you want to leave? You need to get clear on your vision and commit to it, but the first step isn't about having everything figured out. It's about making the decision to move forward. No more excuses. No more waiting for the right time. Start now. Success isn't an accident. It's a strategy. Every successful person you admire started with a plan. They set clear goals and broke them down into actionable steps. If you don't have a plan, you're just drifting. You have to break your big dreams into smaller, achievable tasks and start knocking them down one by one. Planning isn't just about writing things down. It's about holding yourself accountable and staying on course no matter how difficult the journey gets. Celebrate your wins no matter how small. Each step forward is progress. Each small victory is proof that you're moving in the right direction. Momentum is powerful and every win fuels the next. The key to success is consistency. Don't wait for perfect moments. Make every moment count. Every day you take action, you're getting closer to your goal. Perfection will never come. But consistency, that's something you control. Make every day count. It doesn't matter if everything isn't perfect. What matters is that you keep moving forward, keep showing up, keep taking action. It's the small, consistent steps that add up to success. Don't wait for the perfect moment. The time to act is now. True growth happens outside your comfort zone. If you want to succeed, you have to embrace discomfort. You have to be willing to push through the hard times, to face the challenges head on, and to keep going even when it feels impossible. Growth doesn't happen in easy times, it happens in the struggle. If you want to be stronger, you have to fight for it. Mental toughness isn't something you're born with. It's built over time. It's developed by pushing through failure, learning from mistakes, and getting back up every time you fall. The road to success is never easy and it's full of obstacles, but those obstacles aren't there to stop you. They're there to test you. Will you quit or will you rise? The road to success is tough, but if you keep going, you'll get there. Every obstacle you face is an opportunity to grow. Don't back down. Let me tell you something, time is the one thing you can never get back. Money can be earned again. You lose it, you work for it, and you get it back. You lose friends, you rebuild relationships. You lose a job, you find a new one. But time is gone in an instant, and once it's gone forever. Doesn't matter how much money you have, doesn't matter how successful you are, time never waits for you. Imagine you had a bank account that reset every morning. Each day you get 86400 seconds, and once that time is spent, you can't transfer any of it to the next day. You can't roll it over or save it, you can only spend it. That's the reality of your life. Time is the bank account that resets every single day. Every second, every minute, every hour that passes is an opportunity slipping through your fingers. Once it's gone, it doesn't come back. Every moment is irreplaceable. And if you waste it, you don't get a refund. Time is like sand slipping through your hands. Every grain counts. Every minute matters. Don't take it for granted. The reality is simple. Time is the most precious thing you'll ever own. You can't buy more of it, and you can't control how much you get. The clock is ticking, and that clock is unforgiving. So what will you do with the time you've got left? We all fall into this trap. We tell ourselves, I'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll start making changes. But let me tell you something, tomorrow is a lie. There is no magical moment in the future where everything will just fall into place. No perfect moment where you'll suddenly feel ready. If you keep waiting for tomorrow, you'll never start. That's the lie we tell ourselves to avoid action. The truth is, the idea that there's always more time is a dangerous illusion. We think we have all the time in the world, so we keep pushing things off. I'll start tomorrow. I'll work on it next week. But here's the reality. Tomorrow never comes. You're always left with today. And if you keep putting things off, years will pass and you'll look back wishing you had started sooner. Waiting for the perfect time is another trap. The perfect moment doesn't exist. You can't wait for everything to align because life isn't perfect. Life doesn't wait for you to feel ready. Perfect timing is a myth. It's like waiting for the storm to pass while your house is still unbuilt. You can't afford to sit there waiting. You have to act now. If you want to make a change in your life, if you want to achieve something meaningful, you have to start today. Not tomorrow, today. Don't let the illusion of endless time keep you stuck in procrastination. The time is always now. Let me hit you with the truth. Time doesn't wait for you. It doesn't stop when you're not ready. It keeps moving forward, whether you like it or not. And if you keep sitting on the sidelines waiting for the right moment or feeling like you have all the time in the world, it will pass you by. And when that happens, you'll be left with nothing but regret. Think about this. Where do you want to be in 10 years, 20 years? Do you want to look back and realize that you spent all that time thinking, planning, wishing, but never actually doing? Or do you want to look back and know that you took action, that you made the most of every opportunity, and that you created a life you're proud of? Because here's the reality. Inaction has a cost, and that cost is high. It's the cost of missed opportunities, of unfulfilled dreams, of relationships that never bloomed because you waited too long. It's the cost of potential that goes untapped because you were too afraid to take a risk. The longer you wait to act, the higher the price you'll pay later. And it's not just about you. The impact of your inaction spreads. It affects the people around you, your family, your friends, your colleagues. When you delay your dreams, you also delay your ability to help others, to make a difference. The longer you wait, the more you'll regret not acting sooner. So ask yourself, what is your someday costing you today? What opportunities are slipping through your fingers while you wait for perfect conditions? Time waits for no one. And the truth is, the more you wait, the more you'll regret not acting sooner. Time is slipping through your fingers right now. Every second that passes is a second you'll never get back. Think about that. What are you going to do with the time you have left today? Are you going to waste it, or are you going to make it count? Here's the harsh reality. You're not promised tomorrow. The time you have right now is all you're guaranteed. You keep pushing your life to the edge of later, thinking you'll act tomorrow, next week, or next year. But time doesn't work that way. Every moment you waste is a moment you'll never get back. So what are you going to do today? What action will you take right now to make the most of this precious resource? You have everything you need to start. You have the power to change your life right now. All it takes is the decision to act. You can still take control of your time. You can still make today the day you start creating the future you want. Time may be limited, but it's still in your hands. What will you do with this moment? The clock is ticking, and you have the power to make today the day you take action. Let me tell you something. There's a phrase we all love to use, I'll do it later. It feels harmless, doesn't it? A little delay, a little postponement, but here's the problem. Later never comes. Tomorrow is always one day away, but later is never here. We fool ourselves into thinking we have all the time in the world to act, but the reality is, every moment you push off, you lose twice. Not only are you losing that time, but you're also carrying the weight of all those tasks that keep piling up in your mind. Every time you delay action, it drains your energy, it creates stress, anxiety, and a sense of constant pressure. The more you put things off, the heavier that burden becomes. It's not just about what you haven't done, it's about the emotional toll it takes, the stress, the guilt, the constant nagging feeling that you should have acted earlier. And that's where the trap of later lies, because it feels so easy, it feels so comfortable to say, I'll get to it tomorrow. But how much longer are you going to keep telling yourself that? How much longer are you going to let later steal your time, your energy, and your potential? It's time to stop. Time to face the reality. The longer you wait, the more you lose. Today is all you've got. There's a dangerous myth that we all fall for at some point in our lives, the myth of perfect timing. We believe that in order to take action, everything needs to be just right. The stars need to align. Let me tell you something, there is no such thing as perfect timing. The only time you have is now. If you keep waiting for the right moment, you're going to wait forever. Life doesn't give you perfect conditions to act. There will always be something, there will always be a storm. It's like waiting for the storm to pass before building your house. Here's the problem, the storm never ends. Waiting for everything to line up perfectly is just an excuse to stay stuck. It's a reason not to take action, not to move forward. And if you keep waiting for the perfect time, you'll never start, you'll never build anything. Don't let that be your story. You have to stop waiting for the perfect moment and start acting right now, even if the conditions aren't ideal. The perfect moment does not exist, and if you wait for it, you're going to keep spinning in circles. So why wait? The storm will never clear, but you can still build your house in the rain. Get moving. Take that first step, even if it feels imperfect. It's better to act now and learn as you go than to never act at all. Now, I know the hardest part is taking that first step. It's always the hardest. Fear of failure, fear of the unknown, fear of making mistakes. These fears paralyze us. But here's the thing, the first step is the most crucial. Once you take it, the momentum will carry you. It won't happen overnight, but every small action you take will build upon the next. And those small actions will lead to big results. People often underestimate the power of momentum. They wait for the big leap, the huge breakthrough. But let me tell you, greatness is built on small, imperfect steps. Don't wait for the perfect moment to take that giant leap. Start small, start messy, but just start and watch how everything starts to shift. The truth is, your future depends on the actions you take today. Every decision you make now creates the foundation for the life you want to build. What are you waiting for? Take that first step today. Start now and watch how your life transforms. It may seem small in the beginning, but that momentum will carry you further than you ever imagined. Here's something you need to understand. You are the architect of your life, no one else. The keys to your success are in your hands, not anyone else's. You control your future. Not your circumstances, not your past, not the people around you. It's time to stop blaming others for where you are. It's time to stop looking outside yourself for reasons why things aren't going the way you want. You can't control everything that happens to you, but you can control how you respond. It's not about what life throws at you, it's about what you choose to do with it. Life will throw challenges at you. It will try to knock you down, but you decide whether you stay down or get up. You decide whether you take control of your life or let life dictate your path. Your future is shaped by the choices you make today. You have everything you need to succeed right now. Will you take control or will you let later steal your life? The power is in your hands. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for someone else to change things for you. You hold the keys to your future. What are you going to do with them? If you don't change today, nothing will change tomorrow. The future will come, but you'll be left in the same place you are now. Imagine waking up in 5, 10, or 20 years and realizing that you let all those opportunities slip through your fingers. You've wasted your time, and now regret has taken root. That's the painful reality of an unlived life. Regret isn't just an occasional thought, it's a constant companion. It's the shadow that follows you wherever you go, whispering about what could have been, what should have been. It wears you down, it robs you of peace, leaving you with nothing but what ifs and if onlys. The regret of not acting, of not taking the chance when you had it, eats away at you. It takes away your joy and fulfillment, leaving an emptiness that no achievement can fill. So I ask you, what will you regret not doing? What actions, dreams, and opportunities will you look back on and wish you'd taken? The clock is ticking and time doesn't stop. The time to act is now. You can't afford to wait for a better moment, because that moment doesn't exist. Start today before your future is one filled with regret. Picture your life 5 years from now. What will it look like if you don't take action today? Will you still be stuck in the same spot, wishing you'd started sooner? Will you be looking at the same unfulfilled dreams, the same untested potential? Or will you be living a life full of purpose, strength, and impact, having fought for the life you deserve? The power of visualization is incredible. Imagine two futures, one where you take action now, even if it's imperfect, and one where you keep waiting for the right time. One future is full of growth, achievements, and the satisfaction that you took control. The other is full of missed opportunities, regret, and the feeling that time has slipped through your fingers. Your potential is waiting for you, but it needs your action to come alive. Every day you wait is a day that your dreams are slipping further away. Your future self is counting on you, and you can't let them down. The time to act is now. Don't wait any longer. Choose the future where you made the choice to move forward. But here's the thing, your inaction doesn't just hurt you, it affects everyone around you. Your family, your friends, the people who are waiting for your strength, your courage, your wisdom. Your inaction affects them too. Every moment you hesitate, every day you put off taking action, you're not just holding yourself back, you're holding back the people who need you. People need to see you take action, even when it's hard. Your decisions ripple out into the world, influencing the lives of others in ways you can't even see yet. Every day you delay, you deny the world your potential, you deny your loved ones the opportunity to witness your growth and take inspiration from your courage. You can't wait for the perfect moment to act. If you keep waiting, you're not just letting yourself down, you're letting others down too. You are not living in isolation. Your life, your decisions, your actions have the power to influence the world around you. So step up. Don't let waiting hold you back. You're not just living for yourself. The world is waiting for you to step up and lead. Don't keep them waiting any longer. This is your call to action. Stop waiting for permission. You don't need anyone's approval to chase your dreams. The only permission you need is the decision to act. You've been waiting for the perfect moment, for the stars to align, for someone to tell you that now's the time. Well, let me tell you something. The time is now. The only thing standing between you and the life you deserve is the decision to move. What are you waiting for? What's holding you back? Fear? Doubt? You have everything you need right now to take the next step. Boldness is the key to breaking free from inaction. It's time to step out of your comfort zone, to make that bold decision to move forward, to do what you've been putting off for far too long. You don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take the first step. You'll figure out the rest along the way. Don't wait for everything to be perfect. Make your move now and never look back. Take that leap and embrace the life you've been dreaming of. The time for action is now. Your future is waiting, but only if you decide to act. What do you want to achieve in life? What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind? Think about that. What does your future look like? If you don't have a vision, if you don't have a clear picture of where you're going, then you are simply drifting. And let me tell you something, the life of a drifter is not one you want to live. Without a guiding vision, you'll find yourself aimlessly wandering, unsure of your purpose, constantly frustrated and unfulfilled. A vision is more than just a dream. It's a compass. It points you in the right direction. It guides every decision you make, every step you take. Without a vision, you're like a ship without a rudder, tossed around by the waves. But when you have that vision, when you know exactly what you want and why you want it, it pulls you forward every single day. A clear, compelling vision doesn't just inspire you, it fuels your action. It gives you the strength to keep going when the road gets tough. All successful people have a vision. Their vision shapes their identity. It drives everything they do. So I ask you again, what's your vision? What do you want for your future? It's time to get crystal clear about your direction and start taking action. Planning is not optional, it's essential. If you think success comes by accident, you're mistaken. Success doesn't just fall into your lap, it's the result of deliberate and focused action. You can't just wish for success, you need to plan for it. Your vision is just the beginning. Once you have it, you need a blueprint, a plan to turn it into reality. That means breaking your big dreams down into small, actionable steps. Big dreams can feel overwhelming, but they don't have to. You don't have to conquer everything today. but you must start. Break down your goals into bite-sized pieces so they don't feel so impossible. Take it one step at a time. And here's the key: accountability. You need someone or something to hold you accountable. Without accountability, your plan will remain just that, a plan. It's easy to let things slip when there's no one to check in with, no one to keep you on track. But with accountability, you can push through the tough days, stay focused, and make sure you execute. You need to commit to your plan and take responsibility for bringing your vision to life. Every small win you achieve builds confidence. Every tiny step forward is a victory. Too often we look at the big picture and get discouraged because we think we're too far behind or the goal seems too far out of reach. But here's the truth: small wins are powerful. They are the foundation of massive success. Every time you make progress, no matter how small, you're building momentum. You're putting in the work that will lead to greater achievements down the road. The key to success isn't the big, dramatic moments. It's the consistent, everyday effort. That's where the real magic happens. Think of it like a snowball. Tiny snowball starts rolling down a hill. It's small at first, but as it keeps going, it picks up speed, it grows, and it gains momentum. That's what happens when you celebrate small wins. They compound, they snowball, and they get you closer and closer to your ultimate success. Don't discount the small stuff. Every win is a step closer to where you want to go. You don't need the perfect moment to take action. Stop waiting for it. Perfection is an illusion. The perfect time to start will never come. The truth is, if you wait for everything to be ideal, you'll be waiting forever. It's not the perfect moment that creates success. It's the consistent effort that you put in day after day. Perfection is the enemy of progress. If you're obsessed with doing things perfectly, you'll freeze up, you'll procrastinate, and you'll miss out on countless opportunities. Progress is what matters, not perfection. Focus on showing up every day. Build the habit of consistency, even when conditions aren't perfect. Because guess what? They never will be. The key is to keep moving forward no matter what. Small, consistent actions lead to big results. That's where success is found, through constant, deliberate effort. The world doesn't need your perfection, it needs your consistency. Failure isn't something to fear, it's something to embrace. Because failure is not defeat, it's a lesson. Every time you fail, you learn. Every time something doesn't go according to plan, you discover what works and what doesn't. Failure is part of the journey, not the end of it. When you fail, you get closer to success. Why? Because you're growing, you're evolving, you're improving, you're learning what doesn't work, which is just as important as learning what does. So don't be afraid of failure. Don't let it paralyze you, let it fuel you. As long as you keep going, you're never truly defeated. The only time you fail is when you stop trying. As long as you keep moving, you're one step closer to your dream. So let go of the fear, embrace failure as part of the process, because each failure is bringing you closer to your success. You hold the keys to your future. Nobody else, not your boss, not your circumstances, not your past. The only person who has the power to change your life is you. Stop blaming others for where you are right now. Your life is yours to control. If you don't like where you're at, it's up to you to change it. The world isn't going to hand you what you want. If you want something different, you have to create it. Your past doesn't define you. Your actions today do. The choices you make today will determine where you are tomorrow. If you want to live a life of success, fulfillment, and impact, you have to make that decision now. You have to take ownership of your journey and stop playing the victim. Stop waiting for things to be handed to you. Own your decisions. Own your future, because when you take ownership, nothing can stop you. You are the architect of your own success. You hold the power to shape your destiny. Now, will you take control? Will you make the change you've been waiting for? The time is now. Your future is waiting, and it's up to you to claim it. Life is not going to hand you success. It won't just fall into your lap. You have to fight for it, no matter how tough it gets. Success is earned, not given. Life doesn't care about your comfort. It won't ask if you're ready for the challenges ahead. It will throw obstacles in your path, and those obstacles, they're not a sign of failure. They're part of the journey. Every challenge you face, every setback you encounter is an opportunity to strengthen your resolve. It's how you respond that defines your future. Life will knock you down, but the key isn't avoiding the fall, it's about rising up after it. Resilience is built through action. When life knocks you down, the key is to get back up and get up stronger than before. When you've faced hardship and come out on the other side, that's where your strength comes from. It's not about avoiding difficulties, it's about using them to fuel your rise. Keep pushing, because every battle fought strengthens your foundation for success. Comfort zones are prisons. People often think of comfort zones as safe places, but let me be clear. They trap you in mediocrity. If you want to grow, if you want to reach your full potential, you have to step outside of them. Growth doesn't happen when you're playing it safe. It happens when you're willing to get uncomfortable. That's where transformation happens. That's where success is born. You can't stay in the same place and expect different results. You must be willing to challenge yourself, to do what others aren't willing to do, to go further than you thought possible. And here's the truth. Discomfort is a sign of progress. It means you're pushing your limits. It means you're on the right path. The moment you feel the discomfort, you know you're growing. Don't retreat when things get tough. Lean into it. Lean into the struggle, because that's where the magic happens. You'll face setbacks. You'll face moments where you want to quit. But let me tell you, persistence is what separates the winners from the loser. Everyone faces challenges. Everyone has moments where they want to give up, but the ones who make it are the ones who keep going. They refuse to quit. Persistence is the force that drives them when everything else tells them to stop. It's the difference between success and failure. It's not about how talented or smart you are. It's about who keeps pushing when everyone else has thrown in the towel. If you're willing to keep going when the going gets tough, success is inevitable. Refuse to let setbacks define you. Refuse to be defeated. Every time you fall, get back up. Learn from it, adapt, and keep moving forward. That's how you win. That's how you succeed. Every failure is a lesson, and the winners are those who learn, adapt, and push through to the other side. Stop telling yourself it's too hard. Start telling yourself, I'm capable of this. I can do this. Your mindset shapes everything. If you keep telling yourself that something is impossible, it will be. If you focus on the obstacles instead of the opportunities, you will remain stuck. But if you change your thinking, you change your life. A positive mindset is the foundation of success. The way you think about challenges will determine whether you rise to meet them or retreat. It's time to shift your thoughts from I can't to I can. The power to accomplish anything lies in believing you are capable. When you think you can't, you limit yourself. But when you believe in your ability to overcome, you open up a world of possibilities. By adopting a mindset that says, I can, you unlock the door to endless potential. The power is within you, but it starts with your thoughts. Think like a winner, act like a winner, and you will become a winner. The only thing standing between you and your dreams is the decision to act. So many of us spend time waiting for the perfect moment, the right circumstances, or for some magical sign that now is the time. But let me tell you something, that moment doesn't exist. The power to change your life lies in one simple choice. Right now, you have the ability to decide to take responsibility for where you are and where you're going. Every transformation begins with a choice, and that choice is in your hands. You're not a victim of your circumstances. Your life is not defined by what's happened to you in the past or by the obstacles in your way. You are a creator of your own destiny. The future you want is not somewhere out there in the distance. It's in your hands today. The choice is yours. Make it. Choose to take charge. Your future doesn't start tomorrow. It starts now, in this very moment, when you decide to act. Every decision you make to move forward propels you closer to the life you've always wanted. That's the power of choice. So choose to act, choose to move forward, and choose to create the future that's been waiting for you all along. I'm challenging you today, stop waiting, take action. Reclaim your life before it's too late. You know it, I know it. Waiting only extends your struggle. The time for hesitation is over. There will never be a perfect time. Waiting for the right moment? That moment doesn't exist. The truth is, the longer you wait, the longer you stay stuck in the same place. Every day you hesitate, you're pushing your dreams further away. So let go of the fear, Let go of the doubts. The future you dream about is already within your reach, but only if you take action. What are you waiting for? What excuse are you clinging to? The key to unlocking the life you want is in your hands right now. Stop holding it back. You have everything you need to take that first step. Today is the day you begin. It's the first day of your transformation. Don't wait. Start now. Progress begins with action. You're ready. You have what it takes. So take that first step toward your dream life and never look back. You are stronger than you think. You are more capable than you realize. Don't let anyone, especially not yourself, tell you otherwise. You have within you everything you need to succeed. You are not here by accident. You are here because you have greatness inside of you, and now is the time to step into it. This is your moment to rise. This is your moment to stop playing small and start becoming the person you were always meant to be. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for someone to tell you it's your time. Your time is now. You have the power to create your future right here, right now. This is not a time for hesitation. It's time to take ownership of your journey. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to start. The world doesn't need more excuses. It needs more people like you who believe in their ability to change. It needs you to rise, to step into your power, and to become the person you were destined to be. Starting today, you have the power to shape your future. Don't wait for tomorrow, because tomorrow may never come. Your life is in your hands, and now is the moment that will define everything. Make it count. The future is yours. Grab it.